Hi dear students, I am your Srinivas sir from Sri Sai Sadbhavana School. I am teaching science subject for you. We have completed the first lesson. Now we are going to the second lesson, plants and animals. In this session, we will study the second chapter, plants and animals. Okay. Now please open the textbook. I will read the lesson. Look at the textbook. First, I will start. Here, the second lesson, Unit 2, Plants Life, Plants and Animals. If we hit a plant with a stick, it does not react, nor does it run away as a dog would. But it does not mean that plants are non-living things. Plants and animals both are living things. They possess almost all the characteristics of living things, but animals are different from plants in many ways. I will explain this much. If we eat a plant with a stick, when you go outside, you will see so many things. We will see animals, plants, as well as living things, non-living things, all the things we will see. I have already explained in the first lesson itself which are the living things and non-living things, what are the differences between living things and non-living things, what are man-made living things and what are natural living things, everything we have discussed. Here in this chapter, we will go through it. What is the difference between plants and animals? Plants and animals. You know very well, plants and animals are both are living things. Plants and animals are both are living things, but they have some differences. They have some differences. In this chapter, we learn what are the differences between plants and animals. If we hit a plant with a stick, it does not react. We take a stick and just you hit a plant. It will react? No, it can't react. Just it will stay as it is. Just it shakes and comes once again to its original position, same as it is. Okay. But if you hit a dog, what it will do? It will react on you or it will run. It may be react on you or it may run. Okay. But it does not mean that plants are non-living things. So dog is reacting, plants are not reacting. So plant is a living thing. Sorry, dog is a living thing and plant is a non-living thing. We can't decide. We can't decide that plants are not showing any action, so they are non-living things. Okay, they possess almost all the characteristics of living things. Plants and animals both are living things. Plants and animals are both are living things. They perform the same things what the animals do. What the animals do, except all the characteristics. Animals and plants are they will do the same. They have the same characteristics. Same characteristics. Okay, but animals are different from plants in many ways. But some difference is there. But some difference is there between plants and animals. We'll go one by one. What are the differences between? And you know very well, plants and animals have some characters. We have discussed in the last class that they show movement, breathing, they eat food, they reproduction, they reproduce. The organ system is there. They are response to environment. That is the characteristics, the differences between living and non-living things. In the living and non-living things, we have discussed about all these points. In this chapter, what are the differences in these characters between plants and animals? Movement, how the plants behave movement, how the plants show the movement, and how the animals show the movement. Okay, food, how they will eat the food, how these plants eat the food, how the animals take the food. Breathing, how the plants breathe, how the animals breathe. Like that, we will discuss in this chapter. Next, we will go to the next line, difference between plants and animals. That means in the character, what are the differences between the plants and animals? First one is movement. I will read the 6 lines. Okay. Just you look at the textbook. Animals move from one place to another in search of food, water and shelter. They also move to protect themselves from their enemies. This movement of animals is called locomotion. Plants do not show movement, not show such movements. They remain fixed to the ground. Only some parts of the plant show movements along wall, ground and direction of sun. Roots grow inside the ground while stems grow upwards. You know very well, animals move from one place to another place for the purpose of getting the food and water, shelter. Okay, in search of food, they will move from one place to another place. Okay. They also move to protect themselves from their enemies. While we are going to hit a dog, it will go from us, run from us. That means they walk. That means they move to protect themselves from the enemies. Even birds will fly. When we go and catch, what will the birds do? It will fly. Okay, butterflies, it will also fly. Okay, that means to protect themselves from the enemies. Not only from us, some birds, they want to eat the butterflies and other animals. What they will do? They will just escape from them. So they will move. They will move to escape from the enemies. To escape from the enemies. Okay. This movement of animals is called locomotion. What we call it as locomotion. The movement that that animals shows is called as locomotion. That is, locomotion means moving from one place to another place. Plants do not show such movements. That means plants cannot move from one place to another place. They remain fixed to the ground. Every plant are fixed to the ground only. Only some parts of the plant show movements along the wall. That means some parts. That means root system as well as shoot system show some movement that will they grow along the wall, ground and the direction of sun. That means the flowers, they will bloom while the sun comes and they will close their petals at the time of when the sun sets. Okay, for example, lotus, the sunflower, they will show the movements due to the sun heat. Okay, roots grow inside the ground while stems grow upwards. That means roots grow inside the stem. Okay, roots grow inside the stem while the stem grows upwards. In the last lesson also we have explained this one. Here the differences between plants and animals. That is the first part. The first point, movement. The locomotion. That is, animals move from one place to another place. But plants also have motion, that means movement, but they can't move from one place to another place. In the fixed place only, they show the movements. The movement of the animals is called as locomotion. Locomotion. Next, we will go to the second point, breathing. I will read. Animals differ in ways of breathing. Humans breathe in through nose. Some animals breathe through nostrils. Insects breathe through tiny holes and fishes breathe through gills. Animals breathe in oxygen from air and breathe out carbon dioxide in the air. Plants breathe in carbon dioxide from air and breathe out oxygen in the air through the stomata present under their leaves. Here they are given factoscope. Due to the presence of chlorophyll, plants look green. Okay, I will explain breathing. Animals differ in ways of breathing. That means all the animals cannot breathe in the same way. They can't breathe in the same way. One animal is different from the other animal in the way of breathing. See how they have breathed. Humans breathe through nose. That means we will breathe through nose. Some animals breathe through nostrils. Nostrils also looks like same as the nose. Insects breathe through teeny holes. That means small holes present throughout the body. Through that holes, it will breathe. Because they are very, very small creatures, they don't have special organs for breathing. The small holes, through the small holes present in the body, they will breathe. That means insect breathes through the tiny holes. Tiny means small. Tiny means small. Next, and fishes breathe through gills. These are the special organs in the fishes. In the fish, present in the fish, these gills. Animals breathe in oxygen from the air. What we breathe in? We breathe in oxygen in the air and breathe out carbon dioxide in the air. And what we breathe out, we take in oxygen and we'll breathe out carbon dioxide. So the breathing is this way in the animals. That means they breathe through the nose, some animals by the nostrils, some insects by the teeny holes, that means small holes, fish by the gills. And what we take in is oxygen, what we give out is carbon dioxide. Plants breathe in carbon dioxide from air and breathe out oxygen in the air through the stomata present under the leaves. That means if a leaf is like this, okay, under the leaf, small openings are there. They are called as stomata. In the last class also, in the last chapter also I explained stomata. That is small openings. That is guard cells are there, which guard the opening and closing. Okay, here it will breathe. By these organs, the plants will breathe through the leaves. Through the leaves, they take in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. Okay, breathe in carbon dioxide. There is also difference. We breathe in oxygen, they breathe in carbon dioxide. We breathe out carbon dioxide, they breathe out oxygen. Okay, next we will go for food. See here they are given the figure of human lungs and stomata. Human lungs, see this is how we breathe in. That means through the nose, the air or the oxygen passes through these pipes and supplied to the lungs. Supplied to the lungs, here it mixes with the blood. Here it mixes with the blood. Food. Plants prepare its food on its own using sunlight and water. Plants prepare its food. Animals cannot prepare their food on their own. They depend upon plants and other animals for their food. Giraffe eats grass while lion eats flesh. Bear eats both grass and flesh. Next, you come to the point food. Plants prepare their own food. How? By the photosynthesis, by the process photosynthesis. Using the carbon dioxide, water and minerals and the chlorophyll. By using the chlorophyll, they prepare their own food. Okay, using sunlight and water, plants prepare its food and they consume themselves. But we can't prepare our own food. We depend on plants. We depend on plants for our purpose. That means animals cannot prepare their own food. They depend upon plants and other animals for their food. Giraffe eats grass while lion eats flesh. That means their food is also different. Okay, some eat plants, some eat animals. Bear eats both grass and flesh. Some animals eat both plants as well as the flesh. Okay. See here how the plants will use this sunlight. Okay. Here they have given the figure of giraffe eating the plants. Eating the plants. Next we will go to reproduction. Reproduction. Animals produce their own kind by either giving birth to young ones or by laying eggs. Tigers gives birth to cubs, hen and snake lay eggs. Plants like rose grow from stem, potato from roots, and peas from seeds. Here, how the reproduction will take place. How the reproduction will take place in plants as well as in animals. What are the differences? What are the differences they are given? How the animals produce their own kind by either giving birth to their young ones. That means tiger give birth to cub, okay, and dog give birth to kittens, like that. They give birth to their young ones and some lay eggs. That means by the eggs they reproduce. By the eggs they reproduce their young ones. For example, hen, snake, fishes. These are all the hens and snake lay eggs. Hens and snake lay eggs. Have you seen the egg? Yes, you have seen the egg. If you hatch it for some days, you will get a chicken. You will get a small chicks. Okay. See, hen lays eggs, tiger gives birth to cubs. Here they have given the same kind of tiger, and after hatching this, you will get the hens, small hens. Okay. Next, organ system. Next, we will move to organ system. Animals have many organ systems in their bodies, like a digestive system, respiratory system, and excretory system. Plants do not have any such organ system. That means here in our body, or if you take any small insect also, it has got these structures. That means organ system. That is, animals have many organ systems in their bodies, like digestive system. I will tell briefly what is digestive system. What will take the food, it will digested by this system. It will digested by this system. Respiratory system, that means for the purpose of breathing purpose. For the purpose of breathing purpose, this respiratory system helps. Next, excretory system, exhausting the waste. That means what the waste produced in our body, they have to be thrown out. Otherwise, they become poison. So this excretory system helps in throw the waste from our body. So this system works. First one is digestive system, digest the food. Respiratory system helps in breathing. Third one, excretory system, that is throwing the waste out. Plants do not have any such organ system. Compared to the plant, when you come to the plants do not have any such organ system, but animals have this organ system. Okay. Next comes to the response to environment. Animals have sense organs like 5 sense organs: skin, ears, eyes, nose, and tongue to feel and respond to changing environment. Plants also respond to environment, but they lack sense organs. Here, sense organs. That means response to environment. Here we come to discuss about the sense organs. That means in animals they have sense organs, that is 5 sense organs, which are the skin, ears, eyes, nose, and tongue. By the skin they feel heat or cold. By the ears they hear the voice. By the eyes they see what is happening. By the nose they smell. By the tongue they taste. These are the sense organs, that means response to environment. Okay, but plants, they do not do this. They won't smell, they won't take the taste or anything, because they don't have the sense organs. I hope up to here you understand very well. First one is movement. Plants do not show any movement. That means they can't move from one place to another place. Here the animals move from one place to another place. That is called as locomotion. Here breathing is different in different animals. That is, some animals breathe through nose, some other animals by nostrils, some insects by tiny holes, fish by gills, but plants breathe through the leaves. That is what we call as stomata, present inside in the below the leaves. They will breathe through the stomata. When you come to food, the plants prepare their own food, but animals depend on the plants for their food. When you come to reproduction, these animals reproduce by giving birth to their young ones or by laying the eggs, but plants reproduce through stem, potato. Plants like rose grow from stem, potato and from roots, and peas from seeds. That means the reproduction in plants takes by seeds, stems, and the roots, seeds, stems, roots, as well as by the leaves also we will get the new plants. From the leaves also we will get the new plants. Then when you come to this organ system, in our body we have three organ system: digestive, respiratory, excretory system. But in plants there is no such any organ system. Next, come to response to environment. Animals respond to environment by their sense organs, but in the plants they don't have any sense organs. Next, we will move to page number 17, interdependence of plants and animals. Now we will move to page number 17, interdependence of plants and animals. Animals and plants are different from each other, but they depend upon each other to survive and grow. See the textbook. Animals and plants are different from each other, but they depend upon each other to survive and grow. Animals take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide during breathing. Carbon dioxide released in air is used by plants to prepare their food through photosynthesis. Oxygen released in the air by plants is necessary for animals and human beings to survive. Animals depend on plants for their food. Plants also depend on animals to move from one place to another. Thus, the interdependence between plants and animals creates a balance in nature. To maintain this balance, we must plant more trees and avoid hunting animals. What is the interdependence? Interdependence of plants and animals. That means to live on the earth, animals depend on the plants, plants depend on animals. That is called as ecological balance. That is called as ecological balance. How they depend each other? How they depend on each other. Animals and plants are different from each other, but they depend upon each other to survive and grow. That means to survive. For surviving themselves, they depend on plants, depend on animals, animals depend on plants for survive as well as for growing. Survive or as well as growing. Animals take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide during breathing. I have explained here only that animals, what we will breathe in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide released in air is used by plants to prepare their food through photosynthesis. What we breathe out, that means so many close together people, what they breathe out, that carbon dioxide is used by the plants for their food preparation, that is in the photosynthesis. At the time of photosynthesis. What is this photosynthesis? Preparation of food by using carbon dioxide, water, minerals. By in the presence of sunlight, they prepare food, that is called as photosynthesis, by using the chlorophyll present in the leaves. Chlorophyll, green pigment present in the leaves. At that time, what will happen? They release oxygen. Oxygen released in the air by plants is necessary for animals and human beings to survive. At that time, they release the oxygen. So what we have to breathe, what we has to breathe, that means what we needed for our breathing. So that oxygen is supplied by the plants. That oxygen is supplied by the plant. So here interdependence. That means they depend on the carbon dioxide what we breathe out, and we depend on the oxygen what they give out during the time of photosynthesis. That means here we are interdependent. Animals depend on plants for their food. Once again, we depend on plants for our food. For our food, plants also depend on animals to move from one place to another. That means plants also depend on animals to move from one place to another. How? Because they want to multiply that or to improve their numbers. So at the time of seed dispersal, At the time of seed dispersal, the animals only take them from one place to another place, or we only plant them by multiplying because we need food, so we want to plant them in different areas, so we will get the food. We will get the food. Thus, the interdependence between plants and animals creates a balance in nature. That means if we are depending on the plants and plants depend on us, so that means we have to improve the plants. We have to plant more plants. We have to plant more plants to maintain the ecological balance in nature. To maintain this balance, we must plant more trees and avoid hunting animals. We have to avoid hunting animals also, because animals also very, very important for us. Okay, for the nature. See here, they have given the carbon dioxide is given by the this giraffe and all the animals. Oxygen is given once again by the plants. Here they are given in the figure. Next we will go to fact file. Leaves are called the food factories of the plant. In the last chapter itself you understand the leaves are called the food factories because there only they manufacture the food which is necessary for plant as well as for the other animals. Some plants which are not green cannot make their own food. They depend on the dead and decaying matter for their food. That is algae, fungi, they are all called as non-green plants. So they depend on other decaying animals or plants for their food. Some plants like Venus flytrap eat insects. Some plants are there. They eat the insects. They eat the insects. For example, Venus flytrap, etc. These are the names of the plants. Okay. Next, you come to the page number 18. Let us summarize. We'll finish the lesson. This is very, very small lesson. So I have finished it in the one class. I hope you understand very well. If you have any doubt, just send in the chat box. Okay. This is very, very simple because what we have learned in the last chapter, just the same thing we have learned, the differences between plants and animals only. In the last chapter, we learn about what are the differences between living and non-living things. But in this chapter, the living things, in the characters, what are the differences between plants and animals. Let us summarize. Both animals and plants are living things, but they are different from one another in many ways. That means both animals and plants are living things only, but they are different from one another in many ways. That means I have shown the differences. Movement is the main difference between animals and plants. Plants cannot move, animals move from one place to another. Animals cannot make their own food, but plants can make their own food. Here, plants are superior, so plants make their own food. We depend on plants. Animals can walk and move for food, but plants cannot move from one place to other. Animals can walk for food or move from one place to another place in search of food, shelter to protect themselves from the enemies, but plants cannot move. Plants cannot reproduce as human beings or animals. They reproduce from seeds. When seeds are sown, they grow into new plants. However, animals reproduce directly. That means reproduction, how the plants will take place. In the plants, they reproduce from seeds. They reproduce from the seeds. When you sow the seeds sown, you get the new plant. They grow into new plants. However, animals reproduce they directly. Animals reproduce their young ones directly, or by laying eggs they reproduce. So this is about the lesson plants and animals. What are the differences between plants and animals in their characters? In their characters. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, next they have given here explore, small one. Look at the following picture and write the names of the various parts of the plant in given boxes. So first one, fruit. Second one, branches. Third one, stem. Last one is roots. Okay, you know very well the parts of the plant in the previous classes itself. So here they have given. I will give the class work in the next class. Okay, I hope you understand well. Take care. Thank you.